Well, let's talk the movie.
In a world of movie references flying over his head, one man will finally watch them. This is the Matt and Blonde Show movie review.
This week's movie is the 2002 debut of the spy thriller series The Bourne Identity, in which an unknown man awakens from a double-tapped grave at sea with no knowledge of who he is, but a lethal set of skills and a series of assassins trying to finish him. Tracing his prior steps, he learns he was an elite CIA asset sent to assassinate an African dictator, but failed to execute the order when he remembered that Black Lives Matter. From movie picker Matt P., it's a fun action movie that all modern spy action movies try to copy now. As always, your review and your rating.
The audience is going to hate me so much. Okay. This series of okay movies is really pissing me off because it's not giving me an opportunity to love or to hate any movies. I'd rather just hate something than repeatedly watch mediocre films. It's really pissing me off. Okay. There are a few good things. Like, this was fun to watch. I like that all the government agencies are super evil. That wasn't the political statement in 2002 or whatever.
Yeah, post 9/11, a lot of faith in our institutions, a lot of national unity.
Yeah, I thought that was a cutting edge message in 2002. It probably would be more so now, but I like that. And then there are these tight little action sequences that I enjoyed. It was like a fun movie to watch. I know that this was probably one of the earlier ones to do it, but it's generally just like an unoriginal idea for a thriller. This spy wakes up and has amnesia, but has all the skills. And at this point, it's such a cliche. I know this was made in 2002. But the worst, this casting of an unattractive female lead. It's like since Die Hard, every leading lady has had to be some hag. It's like you can't swing a dick in LA without knocking down 10 smoking hot actresses. How does this keep happening? How does this happen?
It was supposed to be authentic European. That's what they were looking for.
There are hot European chicks in every country. Why does it have to... Oh, so annoying. Just this Die Hard thing. But all in all, fine. This was fun to watch. It's like an okay movie. 3 out of 5, whatever.
Son of a bitch.
What?
That's what I gave it.
For what reasons?
This can't continue. Actually, somewhat similar reasons.
That she's not hot?
Not that she's not hot. I found her character to be uninteresting, which is one of my points of criticism. I'll get to that in a moment. And I agree that maybe if I could go back in time and see this in 2002, I might have a different perspective, because maybe it was more original and more interesting at the time. To me, I felt like there's a lot of things that it just was predictable and dull to me. But some things I liked. The car chase was really cool. And I appreciated that it was done by actually driving it and having cars actually crash and not doing the fake CGI explosion everywhere. It was a cool scene. So I'll give it credit for that. Like you, I appreciate that not only does the CIA engage in their typical lies, murder, and theft, but they murder their own and to cover up the murders that they couldn't complete successfully. And then they send their guy to Congress to say, well, we really stopped doing that program because it was cost prohibitive and it was all kind of theoretical and nothing really happened, even though they've been killing people the whole time. So, just kill people, lie about it, send the U.S. taxpayer the bill. Is that a thrilling movie plot, or is that just day to day in D.C. and the rest of its associated places? Interesting themes there. And I it's ridiculous, but the way Bourne shot, he took that revolver off that guy. At least I think it was a revolver, a handgun of some sort. And took the revolver off the guy, was holding the gun upside down, like grip pointed upward, and shot him and other people with his pinky. So it's like this new shooting style that I feel like I have to attempt, although I'm going to do it much more carefully than he did and with much worse accuracy results. Yeah. But I was not aware of this Bourne style upside down pinky shooting, so that was interesting. I get that this is the debut of a series and it's supposed to be kind of a mystery, and you're learning the facts of the mystery along with the character, which is kind of interesting. But I felt like a lot of questions were left unanswered. And the best I can say is that's obviously in pursuit of a series that's to come. But some questions that I was unsatisfied with. Am I supposed to believe the CIA just gave up and they're just going to let Bourne walk? Probably not, but that's how the movie ends. Like, the CIA always cleans up its messes. That's the point of the whole movie. They're just cleaning up messes, and then, well, I guess Bourne got away, so he can go be a bike merchant in Greece now. That can't be the ending. It obviously is not the ending of the series, but I wasn't super satisfied with that. Treadstone, the CIA program, is supposed to train assassins to be killing machines free from conscience or moral objection. So why did Bourne's conscience get the best of him when it came time to assassinate Wombosi, was his name, the African dictator guy? Did Treadstone's training fail? And if so, why? I would like to know some things about that. That would also explain some of Bourne's character potentially, which is the next point I'll get to. But and who was Jason Bourne before becoming involved in Treadstone? Does he have a family? Is his name even Jason Bourne? Again, things I'm sure I will probably get answers from in the later movies, which I remain open to watching. But I have to grade this as a standalone for this particular system. And I didn't like how Bourne has this weird aversion to guns. I understand that if you're an assassin, they might not be the ideal tool because they're loud and they're conspicuous.
Right.
But he knows he has people trying to kill him at all times, and he's constantly leaving guns behind. Like, what are you doing? He has no aversion to the morality of killing people with pens or whatever else.
No guns.
But he doesn't like guns for whatever reason. And just the premise on the two characters, I think just the premise necessarily means a little bit of lacking character depth. Now, it could just be Matt Damon as an actor. Maybe he's just kind of boring. I haven't watched a lot of his movies to say definitively what I think of him.
Yeah.
But the central premise of the plot is that Bourne has no idea who he is. He lacks an identity, as the title suggests. He lacks a personality. But that means necessarily that the character's kind of uninteresting. There's not a lot of depth to that character. He's programmed. He's not really a personality. And if he was a robot, if he's just a programmed robot, like a robot would be shiny and cool and have all kinds of features. It'd be like Terminator. This is just like boring Matt Damon lacking personality, running around killing people and trying not to get killed. And there's a lot of lack of information on who he is, what drives him, what his character is. And similarly, Maria, the European girl, I just wasn't impressed with her character. She literally was just the lady who was there.
Yeah.
She could have been anybody. She doesn't really have impressive skills or assets, or she's just there. She just appears and she's there, and that's it. And so without reason to care about either one of them individually, I didn't necessarily care about their romance either. I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
So it came out the same way for me. 3 wikis. Okay. Decent popcorn action movie, but I'm not going to sit around thinking about its depths later on. I don't necessarily care. So 3 wiki movie.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. I'll allow it.
As far as the audience rating, let's see what they thought. Whoops. Slightly higher, but people are right in line with us. 40% of the early vote for 4 wikis, 40% just under for 3 wikis.
Really?
So people are kind of right there in like the okay movie territory.
All right, good.
Maybe better than okay.
Maybe I won't get hated on as much as I anticipated.
Good, not great territory. Pulp Fiction is next week, so I look forward to that. I have seen it before, but it's been so long I barely even remember it. So it will be fun to watch it again. And the nominees for the week after that are Black Hawk Down, Top Gun, Clerks, Transporter, Desperado, or of course you can reject the list in favor of a randomly selected top-rated movie instead. This is the last week to vote on this list because the nominations will refresh for April after that. So if there's anything that you want to vote for on this list, get in there and vote because they're going away after that. And as a reminder, if you'd like to read my weekly movie reviews, comment how wrong I am, submit your own rating, vote for the next movie, and sign up for the chance to be the movie nominator for the month, the one and only place to do it is in my weekly movie review column. It's linked in the description and on the homepage of the website. That is mattchristiansenmedia.com.